So this will be a past life journey read for the angel number that appears here. Let's see, too many. So if you see the number, okay, we'll take both. If you are seeing either the number 817 or 644, this reading is for you. These numbers have been appearing in your life, or maybe events have taken place associated with these numbers that are very significant to you in your life. Then this read, now connecting to a past life journey, is for you. So the first we have is 644, struggle. Self-created stress is unhealthy. Your angels are asking you to get honest about how you contribute undue stress and conflict to your own life. They ask you to contemplate how struggle plays into your comfort zones. Notice where you are making life harder for yourself today, even in the smallest moments. Make a tiny change today so that a small struggle becomes obsolete. And right behind that we had passion. 817 is the angel number. Follow your interests. You are being called to master a talent you already own. The thing you do that comes so naturally to you is your gift. These passions are given to you as to make your life meaningful for yourself and for others. Find the inspiration to pursue your gifts in your daily life. Consider a few ways you can have fun with your talents today, no matter how small or trivial they may seem. So, those are the angel messages by way of just advice that's there for you, along with this reading to connect you to your past life journey that is relevant to the journey you're on today, the patterns you may be experiencing in your life. We're first going to pull a card for the time period of the past life. Now this is going way back to the Bronze Age, 3,300 to 1200 BCE. An era defined by the rise of early civilizations like Mesopotamia and the use of bronze tools. So, in your current life journey, you might be someone who is sort of a creator, a person who is able to develop systems and improve life in fundamental ways. And you might also have values that are connected to this past of self-reliance, maybe even being in a small community. We have healer for the profession that, or your, I don't know, how you may have occupied a lot of your time. We have healer, a shaman, herbalist, physician, nurse, or doctor who dedicated their life to healing others. So this might be something also that is integral to who you are today, as well as to the life in the past that you may have had. You could be just a very caring person in very fundamental ways. You could bring healing to others in your life. Or maybe you feel a call to find some way of being a healer in your life today. We're going to take a look at how this life ended, the memento mori, and this isn't to really just be morbid, but it is a good indication of how you might deal with transitions, and it can have a strong impact on feelings that you have in your life today, even maybe phobias, but we'll see how this life ended. If I can get it up here. Oh, we have famine. You died from starvation during a period of widespread famine or scarcity, which could very easily fit this kind of a time frame where the structures of civilization would not have been so in place to protect from scarcity and a sudden loss of resources. Even communication of such a need would be difficult to make known, even. Okay, so now we'll take a look at major themes. We'll pull three that may have been active, present in your life in the past, and possibly today. And may relate to the advice we have here from the angel numbers. So we have the first card out here is shame. So that would be a very challenging element to have felt in life in any respect. It's a repeated painful feelings caused by a dishonorable or societal unacceptable act. We'll do clarifiers on what that might be, maybe a little bit more specifically, although we have natural disaster, another big challenge, facing challenges due to events like floods, droughts, earthquakes, or other environmental calamities. The famine itself could be connected to that as well. Okay, let's get one. And then we have service. A life devoted to helping or serving others, perhaps in a humble or self-sacrificing role. That could even be the shame. A lot of people want to be in prestigious positions in life, and to be in a position of serving others could be seen as shameful by some, even today. No matter even how important the role is to really facilitating life, and working hard is definitely something to be proud of, but we'll see if what these themes really mean. So we have two very challenging areas of life. A healer who spent their time working to help others. So first of all, we'll take clarifiers on this shame. I'm going to go with the Fountain Oracle for clarifying this card. Seems fitting with the almost very modern and yet abstract image there, similar to this deck. Can we know what the shame was? What might this shame have been? Alright, we'll take those two. Bottom of the deck, we have the Moon. So dealing with mysteries, things that are hidden. And maybe this challenging, painful feeling could have just come from not feeling in full control over one's environment. Some people are ashamed of that. Some feel as though they need to have control on all elements, or they feel like they don't have full integrity. So what's come up here is the Fountain in the reverse. And in this deck, this is an extra major arcana card here. And the meaning given to this card is kind of playing a role, playing a false role, and not being authentic to oneself and connected to source, not feeling connected to the energy of life. And the other one we had come out was the 10 of Coins, or 10 of Pentacles. Again, has to do with resources, stability. And so this shame really seems to have been a type of feeling that came from maybe not fulfilling some societal role, some type of inability to conquer everything, and maybe fill some image of maybe wanting to be of service, wanting to be a healer. And with the Moon here, that really speaks to fears, to all kinds of things that we don't know, that we don't see clearly. Like in this image, it almost looks like a storm is coming. And the wolves that are on this card, there's usually a dog and a wolf associated with the Moon card. There's a very faint, shadowy outline there. Underneath we have the star to the Queen of Cups. So wanting to be that healer, that one that takes care of others. So that seems like a pretty clear picture of that aspect of the challenge that went along with this past life. Almost a kind of self-stress that could be brought on. Maybe in phases, maybe not always, but consistent enough that it's appeared here as a major element, and the first one to appear. And so with the advice that you have here to follow your interest and not make your life unnecessarily stressed. For natural disaster, let's go with the tarot deck here for couple hours tarot, since this also incorporates the natural rhythms of our world. For clarity on natural disaster, what challenges, what events like floods, drought, earthquake, what calamities were in this past life. So more on natural disaster. Okay. Is that too many or? Okay, we'll take all three. So we have the Ten of Cups in the reverse. That's a lot of emotional sadness, maybe some kind of dysfunction. We have the Page of Pentacles upright. So there's some level of learning, wanting to learn. And then we have the Ten of Swords in the reverse. So these natural disasters could have been ongoing and very maybe debilitating, but maybe in such a way that recovery seemed possible at each instance. There wasn't maybe a final sharp ending. This almost starts to point towards the end of his life, being the famine. Bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Swords. So she's someone who's been through a lot. So in this life, as a healer, maybe you've already been through a lot in your current soul journey, and this could be a repeated pattern from the past of experiencing loss, a great loss, maybe even the loss of loved ones, pets. We have the little goldfish there in the cups. With this appearing here in the reverse, this Queen of Swords has been through a lot. She knows the pain of losses, and with the Page of Pentacles here, she's learned a lot. On the card too, it almost seems like a winter scene with coldness coming in, almost a similar coloring to this famine card down to the disc that's there. So maybe you were paying attention to the seasons and trying to learn to avoid these sad realities and very difficult, painful experiences that didn't end, that may have been events that may have appeared repeatedly, or just in very heightened circumstances. So maybe ask yourself today, are you someone who always tries to prepare for the worst case scenario? And maybe because a lot of that is out of a desire to be there for others, in service, to be a healer. So, for this service here, we'll take the Sun and Moon Tarot to clarify and know more about service. And so, I don't know, there almost seems to be a theme here, just very difficult times, a lot of stress, contributing to just the circumstances, the very basic and troubles of an early civilization. So you may find yourself in a better position now in this life, but are you able to enjoy and find ways to lessen stress? We have the Death card there in the reverse. Okay, right away we have the Four of Swords. Maybe resisting the need to rest, to step out of a role of constantly being of service to others. Bottom of the deck we have Virtue, the Three of Wands, always planning. And we have the Seven of Cups in the reverse of debauched. So instead of enjoying every single cup on offer that seems available in life in a debauched way, you were the complete opposite of that. Focused on planning, focused on virtue. Not finding yourself in the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse, in some kind of instability or dysfunction. Again, we have the Star here as a major theme, to the Six of Swords, to the Moon. So a very strong theme of always trying to be there for others, to having difficulty changing, to pivoting from service to some moment of rest. So there was a lot of tension with transition and taking time to step away from service and maybe enjoy your life just a little. And so the messages that appeared here at the start of the read are very fitting. Follow your interests, and this self-created stress is unhealthy. So enjoy life a little in those small ways, and really give space to your passions, to pursue those little gifts that you have in your life. Finally, let's get an oracle from the spiritual meaning of birds. And this might help with some confirmation for seeing if this read is for you. It may resonate already very much from the numbers that have appeared here, the angel messages. Maybe even for someone you care about. This read might not even be for you, but you may be finding it because it concerns someone who cares for you and you care for them. Okay, but if you see the bird that appears here in your daily life after this read, then that is confirmation for you. Oh, another way that you can look for confirmation is to take a look at your birth chart. If your past life is connected to this current life journey, it will show in your birth chart from your south node. Okay, we got 2, so we're going to have very definite confirmation here. So we have the Oriole, so positive change, creativity, domesticity, and we have Duck, which I'm glad that there are two that came out. Duck is weathering storms, transition, prosperity. So that's a lot of what we saw here, with the theme of natural disasters arriving here, even the famine being healer. Weathering storms is definitely here, with the death card also appearing in the reverse. Transitions. Okay, so definitely more confirmation there. We're probably all going to see some ducks, especially if we go to the park. But if you also see this oriole, if you are seeing this bird, or maybe one of their fancy little nests here, they've really planned. That's some virtuous work right there. Then that's more confirmation that this read is for you. So I hope this will be helpful to you in your current life journey for clarity and just focus on what you really need to accomplish in this time of your life here that may not have been brought to completion and success in the past. All the best to you. Please comment, especially if this resonates for you. Any suggestions? All the best.